Okay, so you see the title, you know what I'm about to talk about. I'm about to talk about the big three. The big three. Also, before I say anything else, I'm not going to mention Dragon Ball Z. I know Dragon Ball Z is the pioneer. It's the father of all father when it comes to anime. Yeah, so I'm not gonna talk about Dragon Ball Z. If you be like, oh, you see the title, you're like, oh, he's going to talk about Dragon Ball Z. No, I'm not gonna talk about Dragon Ball Z. So let's get straight into it, right? The big three. So you have One Piece, Bleach, you have Naruto. Three animes that influenced a ton of animes of what we have today, right? That's a fact. Okay. I want to rank them, but I want to do it in a unique way. You know me. Without further ado, we're gonna start at number three. And number three, you guys can't hate me for this, bro. Like, if you've watched enough animes, then you know what I'm about to say. You know what anime I'm going to bring out. Bleach. Bleach gets number three. It's not a small feat. It is not last. It's still top 10 best anime ever. But Bleach, compared to the big three, has to be number three. It just has to, right? Like, if I'm looking at Naruto and One Piece, right? What Naruto has done and what One Piece is doing, right? Compared to what Bleach did, even when I do add the Thousand Year Blood War. Do I gotta say more? Like, I'll tell you though. Like, one of my favorite villain is actually from Bleach, right? Aizen. I'm a Aizen fanatic, right? Like, I like Aizen. I like his Aizen in the original series, right? Not the Thousand Year Blood War. Aizen in the original series. Oh, the aura, the fact that in the couple first episodes we didn't even know he was the villain. And then oh my gosh, I have a video where I talk about Aizen. Woo! Aizen is the guy. Aizen is him, with that character, that villain, amazing. The people who are supposed to die actually die. Like, Bleach is not polarizing. That's the thing. I think the reason why Bleach takes number three out of the big three is that Bleach is not polarizing. Bleach is like, it's damn near perfect, right? Like, you have the perfect villain, you have the perfect flipping main protagonist, you have the perfect antagonist, you have the girl who's supposed to fall in love with the protagonist. It's everything's there. Bleach has everything to be the perfect anime, right? Like, it doesn't really pull you too much left, doesn't pull you too much right. It's just right. Everything is right, and you're not really angry at anything, really, So I gotta clap for Bleach, man. Bleach really did a good job. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about Bleach. At the same time, I don't have anything great to say about Bleach. Right? It's almost the perfect anime, but for that same reason, it doesn't pull you too much left, too much right, and so because of that, it sucks, but because of that reason, it will be three. That's the thing. It's suckish. I don't know why, but it's unfair. I get it. It is unfair, but I have to put it number three. I have to put it number three. So yeah, Bleach number three. Going forward, right? We have One Piece at 1,159 episodes. We might reach 2,000 episodes, bro. Like, at this point, One Piece is kind of they're kind of cheating, bro. Because it's like One Piece has seen what Bleach did or has done, and be like, well, we see the critiques, we see the criticism over here, we see what they like, we see what they don't like. They seen what Naruto did. It was like, oh, okay, cool. You guys did this over here. Okay, we're going to do this. So, like, One Piece has, but it's a double-edged sword, right? So One Piece is able to kind of like correct itself as it keeps on releasing more episodes, right? And they're able to kind of fix not just mistakes as they go, but they're able to carve themselves this perfect path, right? That other, animes couldn't really do or can't even do, right? So they have so much leeway to make One Piece even much greater than it is already. So One Piece is kind of cheating. If you ask me, that's cheating, bro. Like that is cheating. You only have this one. Then they should. You know what they should do, right? They should put like a ceiling on how many episodes you can release. Like it's like, yo, you gotta be good within this amount of like episodes. If not, you're out. Like, come on, bro. 1,159 episodes. That's crazy. People think Naruto is long. One Piece is long, bro. One Piece, you had to start it like you can start in One Piece now. You might finish it in 3 years, bro. Like it is crazy long. So if you haven't started to watch, I don't know what's going to make you want to watch it, but it's amazing, bro. It's amazing, and it brings me to my number two. Gotcha. It's actually One Piece. One Piece is actually number two. You thought I was going back to Naruto. No, One Piece is actually number two. The reason why I put One Piece at number two is I want to bring up something, right, that Kishimoto was able to do, right, with Naruto. Kishimoto was it's amazing writing, right? And I feel like Kishimoto might be the GOAT. What he was able to bring the subject matter that he was able to pull out from Naruto, right? When we talking about hatred, how hatred repeats itself, and how to combat that, in what way, the actual real life scenarios, and how that how he was able to put that in anime form, and it's amazing, amazing. Kishimoto was able to do with Naruto what Oda hasn't been able to do with One Piece, right? Where it's like they went a tier higher, they went a layer deeper, right? And Naruto, you see throughout the series where a village, right, and the neighbor village could come through, kill somebody from Konoha, and then the people from Konoha retaliate, and they go to that village and then kill whoever tried to kill, or somebody who resembled whoever killed their people. And then their people come back and do the same thing. And then it's just a cycle, right? And so throughout the series, you see this back and forth conversations that Naruto has with some of these characters, right? Like the one that actually pops in mind right now is Nagato, right? The pain arc. Just by just thinking about that episode, dude, I have goosebumps. I don't think you guys can see, but I have goosebumps right now. And even Jiraiya, you know what? Jiraiya, even him writing the book, right? Where he was like, I believe that Naruto will find the answer and how to tackle it, And later on in the series, you see that Naruto was able to figure it out, right? Where it's like, well, he like him understanding that, well, in order to fix things, I can't just ignore the issue, just like the past people, the past whatever the Hokages and have done, or the past ninjas have done. I have to not only tackle it, but I have to walk in front of people and show and become that example, right? Like the whole thing with Madara, right? The Infinite to Kill Me. Although it sounds great, right? Which is like it's a great idea, right? But you forcing that idea upon people, and it's Naruto understanding that. Look, I will take the pain. I will take the hatred that you have, right? And show you a better example, or show you a better way to actually deal with it. Like the episode that actually comes up in mind right now is the one with the the people from the Cloud Village, right? Where that girl, I forgot her name. The girl with the guy with the lollipop comes to the and then she's just like they're having all this like whole back and forth with it, and she's just punching Naruto, and she's thinking Naruto is about to retaliate. He doesn't do that. He's taking all the hatred from him to a point where she beat him up so much that she got tired. Like she was tired even like punching him. And that whole scene, right, kind of shows you that Naruto was willing. Well, when I say Naruto, I mean like as a series, right? Naruto was willing to go that deep. I believe they were able to go a layer deeper, right? Naruto himself was able to show that, hey, not only that I will take on the world's hatred, right? And it will end with me. It might start over there, but when it comes here, it will end here. And I will show you how to deal with it. I will show you how to actually, I will walk in front of you and show you the example and become the answer, which kind of ties everything back to what? To Jiraiya's prophecy. With One Piece, right? Oda hasn't really touched on anything like that, right? With Luffy. And maybe look, granted, right? Like the anime is still going, right? But we had 1,159 episodes. Oda hasn't really touched anything that close with Luffy. Luffy has a very kind of ignorant way to go about problems, right? Like he's very like ignorance is bliss kind of like thing. We love Luffy, obviously, but like credit to Oda, right? Because that's the thing, right? Because the way he kind of like built that world, like Luffy doesn't need to go through that. By the way, Luffy doesn't need to show none of that. What I just explained with Naruto, right? Because that is not. Is that Luffy's job, right? Like, that's a good question, right? What is Luffy's embodiment of? Like maybe now, right, with this arc with Joy Boy, right, with the Joy Boy arc, maybe we might be able to see more of that, right? What Joy Boy was about, and maybe that's going to be able to manifest, within Luffy, and then we're going to see that layer, right, that we saw from Naruto, right, and with Luffy, we haven't really seen that, right, that type of writing yet. Although it's great, we haven't seen that type of writing yet from One Piece, and that is why, in my personal opinion, I feel like Naruto is a tier higher than One Piece. Although One Piece has a lot more episodes and still going, it's going to have more. It might reach 1,500 episodes, but I don't want to. I don't want us to get to the point where he finds the One Piece, he becomes the king of pirates, and then we and what is he about? You get what I'm saying? Like, what is Luffy about, right? Like, what's that? The whole thing with Naruto, right? How he was able to tackle the hatred topic. What does that look like with Luffy, right? What does that look like with Luffy? And that's my question, right? Like, that's my question for One Piece.